India became the first team to qualify for the semi-finals of the ongoing ICC World Cup 2023 with a victory against Sri Lanka. And one of the main protagonists of that victory was Mohammed Shami, and Anish Pathiyil and Mayank are here to discuss about the unheralded hero of the Indian bowling trio, which is Mohammed Shami. Mayank, fifer for Mohammed Shami in that game. So what was your main standing point from his performance in that Sri Lanka game?
Not only about Sri Lanka game, we have seen he has played only 3 matches, but he has already taken 14 wickets. He has taken 2 fifers and a 4-wicket haul. That talks a lot about his game in this World Cup. There were a lot of talks about he not making into the 11 before the first game. Shardul Thakur was the first choice of the captain and the team management. But we have seen from the inclusion Hardik Pandya injury, and then how he made a comeback into the team, and from after that it is all over. It's all about Shami and his game.
Hardik Pandya's injury has proven a blessing in disguise for the Indian team. Because I think the way in ODI cricket over the last 3-4 years has been to have that batting depth at number 8, and India went with the same template rather than go for a 4th full bowling option. But eventually Hardik Pandya's injury, now we have found out that he will be missing the entire tournament as well. So probably Mohammed Shami will play all the remaining games in our run-up to the final, hopefully.
Yeah.
There was so much talk ahead of the World Cup about how India has such a spin-friendly conditions, the pitches are such spin-friendly. But eventually it's our fast bowling trio that has really broken the back of all the opposition chases through the game. And especially after the Sri Lanka game, Mohammed Shami has now become the highest wicket taker for India in World Cups with 45. And to think that he's done it in just 14 matches.
Yeah.
Zahir Khan and Javagal Srinath before had 44 wickets, but they had played upwards of 23 games each.
Yeah.
And just to see that in 14 games he's managed to break that record speaks volumes about his record in the World Cup, doesn't it?
As you speak about him getting being the leading wicket taker for India, did you know that he has only played 14 matches, and in that he has taken 4 more wickets in 7 matches.
Wow.
So his presence in the team, plus whenever he has bowled for India in World Cups, his performance has shined a lot. And we have seen in past 3 games he has been recurrent chief for India in multiple occasions. So now India has qualified for the semi-finals. We only have 2 matches. I'm pretty sure that India will most likely go ahead with the same team. Anish, I wanted to ask you how do you think, what makes Shami so special in these conditions? Because there's a lot of talk about his seam position, his wrist is very straight, his bowling presentation, his seam presentation is one of the best in the world. If you compare with the likes of Ryan Harris, if I'm not wrong, he had that pretty good wrist action. So if you compare with those, because in the 45 wickets, he has in the World Cup, he don't have any LBWs. So it's quite intriguing fact if you look at, because he's someone who is wonderful when he's bowling up the seam, his nip back and nip in wala his ability to nip in and nip out the ball. But it's still fascinating to see that he don't have any LBW dismissals.
Exactly.
So what makes him so special?
You see, every game that Shami plays in, the commentators are eventually talking about his seam position.
Correct.
That's the first basic thing that they start talking about. Very rarely do you see such perfect wrist and seam positions, especially from an Indian fast bowler. Not many we have had who have been such perfect in talking about nip in and nip out. He's able to do both.
Yeah.
And also the fact that it's not just the movement with the new ball. Shami's ability to move the ball in the old ball back into the batsman, back out as well.
His general progression from 2015 to 2023. If you see that he was a bowler who was specialist in death overs.
Yeah.
He was coming into the last 10 overs, 15 overs and used to give India quick wickets so that tail doesn't waggle around much.
Right.
He's being deployed in the initial overs, and he is doing that for India as well now.
Exactly.
So he has not let, we have a stat here that 21 batters have removed before reaching 2-digit mark. So this shows that he won't give batters much chance.
Exactly. Because in 2015 when Shami started off in World Cups for India, he came as the opening bowler.
Yeah.
He and Umesh Yadav were the ones who had the new ball in 2015. But now if you see, he is coming after the first spells of Bumrah and Siraj with a slightly older ball. And not to forget that 2019 was in England, more seamer friendly conditions, so you expect the ball to move around even after the first power play. But we have not seen the ball move in India, especially in limited overs cricket. for quite a while. But now Shami is able to get that C movement in the 12th and 13th over of a white ball game in India, which is a very rare occurrence.
He has the best average among all the bowlers who have taken 20 or more wickets in World Cup. So this also tells a lot about his bowling capabilities in these conditions as well.
Record after record this World Cup, he now has 3 5-wicket hauls. No other Indian has more than 1.
Correct.
And now he's equal Mitchell Stark's record as well.
Yeah.
So 3 5-wicket hauls is such a rare stat that only 2 people in the world have. So that kind of propels how he's been such a big game player in all World Cups for India.
Correct.
And
he's very close to his 50-wicket milestone as well in the World Cup.
Yeah.
So do you think that he can achieve in the next match against South Africa, which in fact will be his biggest challenge, because the middle order that South Africa possesses, the likes of Eden Markram, the likes of Henrik Klaasen, Van der Dusen. So do you think that it will be a big test for Shami in the next match?
Probably India's toughest test in the World Cup so far. We were speaking about this ahead of the Australia game as well, England game as well. But South Africa is the form team. And the 3 players you mentioned, Van der Dusen, Klaasen, they don't have a specific chink in their armour as such. When you look at it from an outside point of view, there's no particular type of bowling that they have a strong weakness in. So you really have to bowl well to get them out. Those kind
they
of
won't
batters.
give you their
chance,
wickets
exactly
free. Yeah.